I was enjoying a lot this intro. I was like dancing, and I am very, very, very happy to be here today in this panel discussion at the EngX Day conference, where excellence in engineering meets innovation and growth. In this panel, we will spotlight the careers of these amazing women leaders from Latin America. And it is amazing to see that I have here in this call a group of talented women based in Chile, Mexico, and Colombia. But they are also leaders in different areas in our company, EPAM. So let's start by introducing ourselves. So we can start with you, Angelica.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for the invitation. I'm so glad to be here. I am not an engineer, I am a designer. I am an experienced manager for the region of LATAM, as Karen mentioned. I started the design unit 5 years ago, and I am happy to be collaborating and having a conversation with you all.
Thank you, Angie. And let's go with Bianca.
Hello. I started as a software engineer 23 years ago. And I started to play this leadership role. And Ipan, I've been here for 2 years, and I'm the testing practice lead for LATAM. So I'm very happy to be invited to this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Bianca. What about you, Caro?
Thank you, Karen. Can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Great, great. So, hello everyone. This is Carolina Sanchez. I'm from Colombia, living in Chile. Two beautiful countries I recommend you to visit. And I'm systems engineer, almost 15 years of experience, and all of them on business analysis and leadership. Nowadays, I'm working with the COPA project, and well, happy for being here.
Nice, Caro. Thank you. What about you, Angelina?
Hello, everyone. My name is Angelina. I started actually as a translator. I'm still a translator in my free time. And then I moved to technology. Currently, I'm leading the cloud practice here at EPAM, Mexico, and Argentina. And thank you for having me.
Oh, I didn't know about that translator. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
Angelina. Thank you. And you, Meli?
Hello, everyone. Karen and everyone, thank you for your invite to join these very talented ladies. I am a software engineer also, but that way is my very, very long past. I moved a very long time ago to project management, and now I am a product manager in one of our clients. I've been doing this for a long while. Everyone is telling us how old they are. So I've been here. I would guess like since I started for
And it's
more than
really
15 years.
it's really my pleasure to be here. As you can see, we have people from cloud, testing, design, business analysis, project slash product management. And me, I am the communications manager for this amazing region. I really love our region, Latin America. And today we will uncover their inspirational journeys and how they have paved the way for future generations to be more interested in the IT industry. So let me start with this question. Could you share a significant moment of transition in your career, maybe moving to or from a role in tech, or maybe into a leadership position in this industry? And I would like to ask this first question to Carolina.
Sure, thank you, Karen. It's a really good question because I used to be developer, and I was okay. I was good on that position, but at some point, um, I start to get interested in other skills that I realize that I have. Going better to this business side, trying to learn more about this planning and about when the project it's on the very beginning. So besides that part, I will say that I realize that I have this kind of soft skills, planning skills, something that I could improve in this other area. For sure, I miss developing, but I really found in that way that I could manage this leadership and this other way to see things and to see the development of a project. I would say that was my road.
And what about you, Bianca?
Well, in my case, probably something similar to Carolina. I was doing software testing. It was 2006, I remember. And at the beginning, I thought that the leadership role, I started to get it for the project circumstances. But it was really because I started to develop other skills, as Carolina mentioned, right? Like I started to be very curious on the project. I started to learn a lot about the project. I learned every single module. So I become a reference, right, for that specific project. So every time someone had a question, sorry, it was me like, ask Bianca, right? So that helped me to develop other skills also, to be improve communication, even to think about differently on more strategic way. So after that, many years, I became like leader on that project. Then that gives that give other skills, and you have other opportunities, and you play more leadership skills, and you start to grow on your how much you manage, right? And of course, it's when you started to see, okay, I can be like both things, not lose the technical part and become like a leader or be a leader. So that was my experience. So it was great. I mean, I do miss also doing
I was
technical
gonna
stuff,
say that. Do you
actually.
miss that part, like fire, like in the project? So how do you handle that? Because it's like, okay, I'm managing some teams, I am in a leadership position, but at the same time, I cannot miss that part that also like makes me proud of my career. So how do you balance that?
I think you never.
It is weird. Oh, please go ahead, Bianca.
I'm sorry. I think you never leave that area, but because you have to know, right? You have to know all new technology that is coming. I think what we miss is like doing, like actually using the tool or the applying it. But at the end, you have to know, you have to learn, you have to continue, keep yourself into the technology. So because that will help you to lead the team. That Sorry, Carolina, go
Mhm.
ahead.
No, 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 it's okay. I was just about to say that I really enjoy when my team is doing this peer programming, and I used to be there watching what they are doing, and it's like, oh my God, I want to move my hands and write some code, and yeah, it's that situation. We were joking last time with you that maybe we can get some job as developers in another company or something like that, but obviously it's what you're saying, and now we are in this position where we can like try to see since our position how is this all orchestration on development.
And now let's reflect on our personal journey. What advice would you offer to other women who are maybe contemplating a shift to technology field or even a leadership position in the tech industry? And I'm gonna go with you, Angelica, because as you were saying, you come from a design background. So what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So, just a little bit of what Carolina and Bianca said. I also miss sometimes to be hands-on, even though I try to do that. And I think like we need to strategize to bring those things back, no? To gather with the team and also like to
Mm-hmm.
be very. I think those are like very precious moments from our background and our practice. So regarding moving to the technology industry, so many of us that are not engineers, think that is very technical, is only for engineers. So what I can tell you about it is that I was passionate about what was like transformation of the society, the movement of the new digital era, also like the way the economy was shifting. So I believe like in every discipline, I know very talented people from communication, psychology, philosophy, anthropologists, that they are taking part of this exciting world of technology, right? It is very cross-functional, and I think everybody can find their own spot to do their best with their own background. And then moving to the leadership role. Uh, for sure, we are going to talk about too many things in this panel, but I can recall a couple of things that were very important for me. The first one, it was the to be unsatisfied with reality. Yes, yeah, and unsatisfied with reality, and I wanted to transform what I was doing. Like I wanted to have like the job that I wanted to make. I also wanted to help my colleagues. So in a sense, I felt like this, or I am feeling that this role of leadership is for agents of change, the ones that want to challenge the status quo, the ones that are not satisfied with the current answers, but they want to take it and push all the barriers. And the second one is to have an apprentice mindset, right? The fast pace that we are experiencing is crazy. We are not having this pace or this speed. Uh, I don't imagine my grandmom going through all these things that we are living right now. So the things that we used to know, perhaps right now are not relevant, right? So we need to keep up with that speed, and also like to have to feel confident on our foundations, be humble and say I don't know, but still like keep learning. So that are my 2 cents.
I love those 2 cents because you are mentioning something that is very important, and it's about this curiosity, this willingness of keep learning. Like maybe we know something now, but trust me, this landscape is like changing all the time. So maybe what we know today, it's not what we are expected to know tomorrow. So if you keep learning, if you keep like doing your research, like the possibilities are there. And I remember someone from like one of my leaders. He mentioned everything is one click away. So yeah, everything
Exactly.
is already there. So
And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Perhaps you feel like you're getting behind, but I think like we need to be like kind with ourselves, and also like embrace this kind of mindset, right?
yeah, totally. And I don't know, Melly, if you would like to add something here, so how we can help other women who are considering their career in this IT industry. Oh, it seems that Melly is having some trouble with her connections. I don't know if anyone else would like to add something here.
Sure,
Um,
I
go ahead.
I can add, or
Go
yeah,
ahead.
No, go
just
ahead.
just adding to what says Angelina. Sometimes we used to press ourselves too much, and we just have to know that this is some a different path from the others, and is in the way that we move forward, but is to our level. So yeah, I just wanted to add that because I thought this was a really good important takeaway from what Angelina says. Sorry, Angelica says. Angelina was
No
I
worries,
wait,
Angelina.
wait.
You were gonna add something, Angelina.
No, that's I think in a nutshell. I think it's very important that you're curious. Being hands-on opens a lot of first-hand information. You will notice areas of opportunities firsthand. You will be the first one to know it. So take that opportunity that you find, explore how can you resolve if it is a challenge, how can you resolve it, and don't wait for someone to come and tell you you have to do this. Do it, go for it. And I think maybe you will receive some pushback at the beginning, but someone will actually pay attention, pick that, and implement it. And I think that's the best way that you can do. Just keep on trying and keep on pursuing that. Yeah.
Hmm.
I love what you say. Just do it. Just do it. I mean, you are like the one that know how much you can commit to something. So, as Angelica was saying, like be patient with yourself because it takes time. It takes time. Meli, you're back, so we can see you now. We are still thinking about what advices to give to these women who are considering to maybe be part of this IT industry.
So I was able to hear Angelica when she was saying, and I will go with something that is very much related. And even though I come from an engineering background, I will say don't let any preconceived notions hold you back. So don't think that there is a status quo and that's the only way for you to join the engineering industry, the tech industry. There are many other avenues for you to join. And also, once you're in, it doesn't mean that because you've seen a certain uh, way of doing things or a certain people a person that does things, don't think that because you don't fit the mold, you are not able to pursue that path. I also would say network, seek mentors, continuously expand your knowledge, like Angelica was saying. And but if I were to say something very personal to me, just remember that you have a responsibility that comes from being a trailblazer. So as you progress in your career, make it a point to mentor and support others so that when you reach the places where you want to reach, you're able to bring them with you, and this responsibility that you have to pave the way for others as well.
You're mentioning something very, very beautiful, and it's about mentoring other people. And I would like to ask you if you had these role models or maybe these mentors that have influenced your career, and if you have, how did they impact your professional development? Let's start with you, Angelina.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yes, I had several mentors. One of my main mentors, all of them, by the way, were men. And eventually I ended up mentoring them as well because they had a lot of assumptions, like, okay, Angelina doesn't want to do this because she's a mom or maybe she can't. So at the end I was telling, do not assume, you have to ask, not just because I am a woman. It means that I don't want to do it, or I will, prioritize. So don't prioritize things for me. Come ask, and it was a mutual relation, a mutual mentorship that we ended up having. We are still having this collaboration outside. We are not in the same company anymore, but right now, what I'm trying to do is enable those opportunities for women as much as possible, and try not to, do the same assumptions at the beginning. That unfortunately is not on purpose, but because they don't have the same perspective we have, sometimes it tends to happen, right? But yeah, it's a key thing, a key role for everyone, not just for women. And I think having women in leadership is even more important, so we enable, the wider community.
That's amazing. Carolina, would you like to add something here?
Yeah, yeah. I do have a role model, and I would like to share something really, really personal for me. And it is that I'm so happy, I'm so excited to say that I'm sharing this space with that role model, and is Melissa. You
Oh,
just heard her before. All that she said, that was amazing. And yeah, I've been so lucky because it's been like 10 years. Sorry for saying numbers, Melly. It's been like 10 years of friendship. And more important that friendship that we had is that since the very beginning she was there like a model, like saying, Caro, this is not a competition. This is not like a race or a prize at the end of the journey. This is something that we can do together. And since that moment she say, Caro, this can be your path, this can be your other path. I'm just showing you, and I'm going to tell you by my experience, but it's your choice. And these things, these takeaways from our experience together, it's been really important. And for sure this can be like the main point for me to try to give the same for the people that is with me, the other women, the other, in fact, the whole team, giving them these opportunities to open, to boost themselves, to give the best from themselves, is what made me being here. And it is because Melissa, and just to go in a little bit personal, Melissa has an amazing baby girl, and she's so lucky for having her. And also, by the way, hi Felipe, I know that Felipe is watching us. It's her husband, sorry for saying all the family. But yeah, and it is good to know that you have that role model, and that you can see that person every day and say, hey, I know which is the road that I want to follow, or what I will like to learn.
And you guys are mentioning something very, very important. It's Angelina didn't have a women role model, like mentor, sorry, but Carolina had a mentor, like a woman there in your career. And I think that it gives us like the opportunity to show that we are in a very good moment in our life, and also in our good moment at all in general, because it's like we didn't have it maybe, but now we are in this position, so we have a responsibility with other generations, with our teams. And having Meli here, I didn't know that before, and it's so beautiful to see that this is an example about how things should be, like I am paving the way for other generations. I am helping other women to be more successful in this industry. And now this is an example. Carolina, you're here leading other teams, and that's great. And this takes me to one of the questions I would like to ask to our attendees in this session. So let's go to this Mentimeter activity to learn more about who is joining us today. So if you can share the screen, please. And if you can share with us what is your role, please join at menti.com and use the code that is here in the screen, 4214231. And if you can let us know what is your role, that would be great. While other people are like right now using the Menti, we can continue with following question. And I would like to ask you, since we are in EngX Day conference, I would like to ask you, how do you define engineering excellence? And what are the key components that you consider are relevant to be an excellent professional, not only an engineer, but also an excellent professional? Angelica, would you like to go first?
Sure. So, as you said, not only for engineers, but I had the good luck to be in both worlds, engineering and design. So, with those both perspectives, I can say that excellence, it is cross-functional. For sure, we are highlighting the things that we can do from our own disciplines, but I can see four things that it has helped me and my team. So first, and this is coming from design, is humanity. Keeping the user, your colleagues, your team, your client at the center. So being empathetic, understand their needs, expectations, and give the best to deliver value. Because we, like, technology is nothing without humans. So that's the first of all. Secondly, bring some evidence to inform decisions. So either way, if you are using hard data, quantitative sources, or qualitative, for instance, in design, we do a lot of research with users, we talk a lot with them. So what we try to do is to understand the world through data and then not making assumptions. So now that you have seen the what, let's go for the why you're doing things, right? And then try to also respond that with the best you have in your knowledge. Then curiosity, I think, is as we mentioned before. So solve those new things, try to understand what is going on with the world, new technology, what are the things that could be beneficial for you, but also be very critical, understand what is not working for you, be critical and say, I don't believe totally what I'm seeing, what are the ethic backlash about that kind of things that is so buzzy at the moment. But just we say something in Spanish. Don't chew the whole thing. No, no commentero. So basically, that's something important. Curiosity with a critical mindset. And lastly, to brush up on your skill sets, try to understand, like to have like these two uh, angles: the zoom in to be a specialist and zoom out to be a generalist. To have the whole picture, but also double click on the things that you are a differentiator. That's it for me.
Mm-hmm. That, in fact, I want to add here some specific things that we can see here on EPAM, right? And it is about all the tools that we have. We have so many ways for us to get that engineering excellence and to drive all this process that we have. And I want to take a little bit to encourage you people to take these trainings, to see all these conferences, talks, even mentors that we have on EPAM. And for those that are not maybe part of EPAM, so you are more than welcome to join us on this journey, because it's the way that we manage as a community to have this engineering excellence process. And part of that, I will say that it is about open opportunities. It is how you manage every day to get a new opportunity to improve yourself, to improve your life, your career. Every time that you know anything that can be improved, managed, or being different, or even share with someone, it's an opportunity to give that excellence. That is something that I just wanted to add. I don't know, maybe Angelina, what about you?
Yeah. Um, I would like to mention that it's very important to know who is disrupting the industry. It doesn't matter what industry it is, and who are leading the industries, right? Um, just for an example, for the ones that are not part of EPAM, the engineering excellence framework, or all the guidelines, all the knowledge, is something that we learned from one of the key cloud providers globally, our partner. And we took that knowledge and created our program so that we can leverage those best practices, those values to our customers and to ourselves. It's a mindset, it's a set of practices that we implement. And again, this is something that we've learned from the best. And that's the same thing you need to do at the personal level. Who is disrupting the industry? Who is doing
Mm-hmm.
things differently? Um, you need to be attentive to this type of things. There are several reports, Gartner reports, that you can start reading, looking at. It will tell you in a wide range of categories, in a wide range of areas, who is doing what, and you will see who is moving ahead in certain things. Read, investigate, and I think that would be some of the things that will put you ahead in your. It doesn't matter if it is in IT. Hopefully, it is in IT. Hopefully, it is at EPAM. But in any area that you want to explore, I think that's something that you need to start doing. That's something that I do, and I see that it's a common trait here in the colleagues that we
Mm-hmm.
have here today. What do you think, Bianca?
Yeah, I agree with you, Angie. And yeah, you have to be open. You have to have this growth mindset, and stop doing like things like the way you were doing it several years ago. You just need to adapt and adopt new ways to do work, like good practices, as Angelina was mentioning. And ask if this process is the right process, or is it the shorter path, right? Maybe you need to continuously improve all the processes that you run every day in a specific application project, etc. And this, for sure, applying all these good practices, that will lead you to do like deliver with high quality, exceed sometimes client expectations, and of course always you need to take care of to have those essential skills that you need: the critical thinking, the collaboration and co-creation with along with the client. So for sure all these things together will give the value that the client is expecting from us.
I just want to add something there, just to maybe close or going there. Um, we are not talking about tools. We are also talking about this, as Angelina mentioned, that mindset. Obviously, tools can work at some point. I don't know. Maybe you will see about React, how many versions they have, and plenty of versions of every tool that we use. But that excellence is not related to those tools. It's more about that part behind, which is that engineering. So it is, as Angelina said, is something that you are working every day. Something is that the discipline that you have for every day build something new, something different, but not from the tool, but from that creation, that creative development.
Yeah, you're mentioning something very important, and it's like the technical knowledge is there, but the commitment to do your best is in you. You know, like, hey, if you want to do best, then do it. You know, it's like you need to be committed to be to go the extra mile to do something better. And I would like to ask you something because, well, I have seen here in our Mentimeter what that we have product managers, project managers, senior software engineers, head of people, experienced designers, tester engineers, people operations. I mean, we have a very like diverse attendees. And there is a question from the audience, and Alejandro Atortua is asking, well, thank you so much for this talk, great women here. My question is, you have mentioned some people who has influenced you as a leader. Is there any other thing that serves the same purpose of a mentor? So, for example, books, movies, or something else that you can share? Caro, I see that you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I,
Well,
I I
sorry,
love.
well, to answer
Mhm.
this one, let's go to the next question. So people right now, while we discuss this, people can respond the next question. So, Caro,
Sure, sure. Well, I'm not sure if all of you have seen this movie called Hidden Figures. It's a beautiful
love
story
it.
about. Yeah, that's cool. It's a really, really good story about these girls that work on NASA for the first projects, and I have to say that I'm a lover of this projects that involves so many people and getting around projects, huge project. I mean, I'm talking about NASA, but more than that is how they start to create these opportunities. And there's a special case from a girl there, which is like the first programmer on a IBM machine, which is it's amazing. I'm not going to spoil more of that movie. Obviously, this is movie kind of old now, but yeah, it's really good. And in the way that they manage, not just talking about women, but also talking about opportunities and to give your best based on your knowledge and all your path, is a really good movie that I would recommend today to you.
I love that movie. Yeah, and it's so inspiring, especially by the time that happened everything. So yeah, that's a really good reference. I don't know if anyone else would like to add a book, maybe an author, Angelica.
Yes. Yeah. So I am a like kind of very addict consumer of podcasts. So that helps me when I am like washing the dishes or doing something else. So I tend to listen a lot of interesting people talking about, for instance, I see here someone mentioning the imposter syndrome. So what is behind those things, right? What are those things that are hidden behind the sensations and the feelings? And also there are some other talks about remarkable people, what is going on with our teams. So there are so many things that you can look for in Spotify. My favorite is the hidden brain. I really like that because he's talking about communication, how to talk difficult things, how to manage difficult situations. So it is like leadership is not only about hard skills and things that you should know as a specialist, but also navigating and thriving through the strategic skills, not soft skills, but strategic skills. So I like to hear that.
Nice writing down it.
Yeah, I love it. And you're mentioning something very important, Angelica. It's not about those hard skills anymore. We are more into other kind of skills that help us not only as professionals but also as human beings. Like negotiation, communication, like how to be more empathetic with others at the same time. And this question, I'm gonna say sorry because we didn't put like one option that we know that happens, and it's zero women like leader your teams. So let's move to the next question so we can like discuss what percentage of CEO are women based in Fortune 500 companies as of today. Maybe you don't know the data, but let's try to figure out this number.
A
And what,
guesstimation.
yeah, an estimation. What do you think based on this
Guesstimation.
conversation?
Guess and estimate. Yeah.
And this takes me to one of the questions that I have here from the audience. Juan Carmona is saying, when I started my career at the university as a system engineer in 2018, we joined about 120 people, but only three of them were women. Why do you think this happens? And how can women be motivated to join IT careers? Angelina or
I
Bianca
want to
or Melissa?
I also want to, yeah, I want to go on that one because this is very personal to me. I can see what Juan is saying because my journey in university, it was myself and then my three friends. So
Same.
total, and everyone knew our names just because it was just only three of us, and it at that time it was also something that was difficult in terms of even the teachers would come to us and tell us that engineering is not a typical path for women, and I'm not going to repeat their words because I don't want to honor those words that we were told, or where our places were. And this was actually recent. I'm not that old, but this was happening recently, right? So I think that, and I'm happy that it was actually Juan who asked this question, because how first thing is representation matters. So if more women come and join these traditionally male industries, you will see that more women will be encouraged to do so. So we as women have that responsibility, right? But men, and this is why I'm saying that I'm happy that Juan actually asked this, is men also have that power to help more women come into these traditionally male industries. So be an advocate for your women, be an advocate for and a friend for for the women in your team. And if you have a chance to tell people that, well, women are the same, same in terms of that what they can accomplish. So don't feel embarrassed or feel downsized just because you're because you're a woman
Gender
or
or yeah.
gender.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you, Karen.
Nice. Anyone else would like to add
Yeah,
something here?
I would
Angelina.
like to pitch in there. I'm gonna share also something personal. I think, and I agree with Melly. I'm gonna use a sentence. Behind a great woman, I think there's a great man and family, or or friends. But your circle matters. In my case, my dad, I say he's a great man, but I had to sensitivize, make him sensitive about, I need to do my own thing, right? Because when I said I want to study this, he said, but why don't you study something like accountant? Uh, he used to have a small business, and he said, you can join me. There's always a need of a good accountant, and it's something that you will find jobs. And I was saying, like, but this is not disruptive. The industry is moving and needing this thing, so I want to do my own thing. He understood, and he allowed me at the end to do my own thing. But that's what I'm saying. So it is important. Your circle matters. Another thing is, once I was giving a talk to a group of university students. They were not university, pre-university students, like high school, and they were women. And at the very end, one of them approached me, and she said, my boyfriend is saying that maybe I should not study this because it's not for women, and there are not too many opportunities. And I said, do your own thing. I mean, decide. We should talk about your boyfriend later, but you do what you think is best for you, what you like, what you enjoy, and where you see future, not immediate future. Go further and investigate further. So I think it's very important, like Melly mentioned. It is sometimes the society and your closest friends and even family, even your partner, that sometimes they feel they are giving an advice to the best extent of their information they have. And if they don't support you, that's when some women end up doing something else. So it is very, very good that we have men here today, because I think this is helping the society in general to support these women who are really, really trying to do something in IT industry. Yeah.
Amazing. What you're mentioning is very, very important because it's like, I mean, we are not alone in this world. We have a family, we have a close circle, as you were saying, and we need their support as well. Like, hey, and also we need to be very committed with our passion. If you think that this is your passion and this is your call, then go for it. And also you will discover an amazing industry. I mean, I come from a communications background, and people in like when I was at the university, people usually think of working in the media, like the regular company when you are in communications or journalism. But I have discovered an amazing industry. I've been working for the IT world for more than 8 years, and I am always discovering something new, and it's amazing. And just having this panel with women from different locations, different backgrounds, different roles is just an example of how this company provides such a variety. And also, we need to also discuss that this industry allows other people to join whether they do not have an engineering title. Like, hey, if you have the knowledge, because organically you have this passion and you learn how to code and things like that, then this industry has they were opens for you. And Angelica, would you like to say something? I think that you were gonna say something. No? Okay.
No.
Okay. So while we go to the next question, I'm going to ask something that Estefania Vargas is asking, and it's really connected to the following question. So, okay, I was going to say that for those that who answered that 10%, you were right. So CEO women are just 31, 10% leading this in this position. So Estefania Vargas is saying, as women, we know that the parity in the industry needs to continue growing. How do you see the professional, sorry, but how do you see the professional tendency for women in our region participating in more leadership roles? So, who, Carolina?
Sure, sure. I will say that just what you just mentioned about that percentages, we can take it as it is so small, but we can say it like it is more opportunity for us. It is some way where technology is changing. It's how you can speak now. How can you be that voice, that representation on this industry? uh, I think all of us has the same skills, have the same tools for going there and learn and being that leader that some companies are waiting for. So yeah, it's the way that you see that opportunity that you manage to check all what is there and see, you know what, I found this, I I found this opportunity and I'm gonna take it. Sometimes we just keep quiet because of I don't know, being shy or trying to be ashamed of what we want to say. Maybe we say if someone is not with the same opinion that I have, maybe I'm gonna be frustrated or something. And it is not. It is like always giving that opportunity to be heard and to connect on that industry. This is what I think about that question. I don't know, guys, what do you think?
Also,
If you
just building up on that, and sorry, and building up on that 10%, I would invite everyone to take this as a challenge on how we make this a more equal world. And first, it starts with us, uh, women, trying to first advocate for ourselves, uh, get there, try to break that glass ceiling. Second, once you break that glass ceiling, take the others with you, um, lend a hand, and then also again, men, be advocate for your women, understand that having women in your teams is important. Having, and this is also for what Angelina was saying on her personal experience, that having women in your teams is going to bring so many different perspectives and so much richness. So coming back into what I see happening in the future, I see that more of these talks are going to inspire more women to try to bring that 10% to something closer to a 50%, and challenge. I want this to be a challenge for everyone to say, hey, these women are doing great things. Let's bring them to the table and sit them with others so they can enrich our futures.
Great, Melly. And just to mention that I was having a conversation the other day with our people head here in Colombia, and we were like reviewing some papers, and we were very excited to know that our region here, Latin America, is increasing the number of women in different positions in leadership. So what we discovered that is the faster growing region. So we're doing a good job. It's like it takes time, as Angelica was saying at the very beginning, it takes time, but at least it's good to know that we are doing some changes here in the region. This paper also mentioned that usually a women here in Latin America for taking a leadership position takes about like 9 years of working experience. So yeah, those are like the data, but I know
We're
that
on time.
we can do better, like we can do better. So now let's continue talking about these engineering excellence issues, because I think it was Angelina who was mentioning about, okay, this is an evolving landscape. So how do you ensure that your engineering teams stay at the forefront of innovation while at the same time we are committed to excellence? So, Angelina?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I can start. There are multiple inputs that we need to take. Some of them come from our customers. So where they're planning, where are they moving, what do they need, and at what pace. We also take a lot of inputs here from our engineers, because they are firsthand investigating. They are super curious. They are all the time trying new things. And the second, again, the industry, how the industry is evolving. So what are the tools that I need to provide to my team so that they can explore, they can play around, they can do these POCs, these proof of concepts, right? These investigations, and then implement it in a real project. So we need to be very open to different sources, because only one source will not be enough. You need to hear from your clients, you need to hear from your team, you need to hear from the industry in general, and then adapt accordingly. And it happens everything in a very fast pace. So that's something that we need to be all the time working on, evolving, and enabling from the team. That's somehow some of the ways that we approach here. Bianca, I know she has some other trainings and other approaches. Maybe you can share how you do this at testing, Bianca.
Yeah, actually, I agree with what you just mentioned, Angelina. I was actually gonna mention that listen to our clients, see what it's on the market, and sometimes it's
I
so
don't know.
easy
It
to
was
get.
muted. Okay. Sorry,
Okay,
Bianca.
so
It
it's
was just a
okay.
tiny interruption. Go ahead.
No problem. So it's so easy that you get involved in the project, in the operation daily, that sometimes you forget about this, right? Like I'm so busy doing this, but the time goes by, and as an engineer, technology is different every day, every week, right? So you need to
Yeah.
know, you need to be reading, you need to be looking at the news about IT, and you need to have this time to really get into that new areas. Otherwise, you will be obsolete in a year and a half. So you have to be like hungry to learn and apply again based on your projects, based on what the client is expecting. And by the way, the client is expecting that you, as a IT especially, you are the one that really help him to, like, how to do things better, faster, quicker, with a lower cost. So you need to listen to different aspects also,
Mhm.
different inputs, have different inputs. So
That's great, Bianca. I think the client side is very important because they could be one of the triggers. But at the same time, I have like mixed feelings. Sometimes we are helping them to take the leap, closing the gap because perhaps they are way behind. So not always is easy to innovate or learn something new with clients. Sometimes you are not in the most disruptive projects. We would love to be in those projects, but like the reality is like a balance between like helping them to, to go across the bridge, and then the others that are on the other side, so we are like in the middle. So what I have discovered with my team as designers, we need to have our creative juices running, and sometimes we
Mhm.
don't find like this environment to learn. Is that actually this was a thought that it was haunting me in the beginning of this year. So I created something like is a kind of a playground, like a garage with my team. And since we don't have the projects to nail some of the newest topics, so we said like, why don't we do it? Like, let's do some experiments. Let's bring like a very little excuse to go and explore conversational design. Let's talk about augmented reality. Let's talk about some other things. So basically, what I did, it was like to spot those curious mind in my team and said like, what don't we do this? And then like they started like as a virus, like spreading across the internal teams, like and then like to wake up like this kind of curiosity, like what are you doing? And then like we just gather, and the idea is like to take it to the other side of the spectrum, not as a project but totally different, like something fun, something that you just can create and collaborate with other teams. And then another thing that I do is like when I notice that someone is learning something or is sharing, I just invite that person to make a talk, to do a talk, and then like tell me what are you studying, what are you doing, so why don't you share? And then if we have the visibility, because learning is it could be a very individual activity, but when you make it as a community, or when you make it more collaborative, and then like you provide this visibility, it's contagious. People start saying like, wow, like the bar is so high, I need to do something, I need to tackle inertia, I need to tackle stagnation. So everybody is moving, so I need to do that too. So I think that that's key to be contagious. And then if you're not happy, if you're not doing something new, just jump. And then like for sure there will be someone that is also curious or at least unsatisfied with the status quo, and then you just can uh, peer up.
Angelina, would you like to add something here?
Yeah, something just real quick. So, in a nutshell, from what Bianca, Angelica, this is very valid. You need to understand your customer. They expect you to be the best and the expert. You are coming as a consultant to them. So maybe they don't know to enable, but they know what they need, or at least you can help them, summarize what they need. The main thing is that you need to listen and understand them, because I had an experience where they said, I came here for tacos and you brought me pizza. So you have to be
Why
very
tacos?
open.
Because you're Mexican.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, just to close that idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
true. And I'm gonna give faith to what Angelica was sharing with us, because I've been like, we're not only coworkers, we are like friends. And I met Angelica for about, like, I don't know, 5 years, I think. And yeah, they are very curious. They are like, okay, if we are not doing this in a project, let's do this within our team. And they are always experiencing. The design team is always like trying to do something different. And part of those like experience activities that they do, I'm going to share something, because one of her team members, Alejandra Campo, she just won a hackathon, like a global hackathon in the company. So it's part of that. Like, she was like doing some AI things in these labs, like you were called,
Yeah.
and then she won, and it's amazing to see those results. So congratulations, and
Yeah, so proud,
we're so
so
proud
proud
of
for
that.
Alejandra. She took the research side with AI, and then like she's leading this vertical, and then like she's teaching to other design team members what are the things and how we could use AI to do
And I'm gonna
further
say
research.
something, because that team was in that team we have people from Mexico and from Colombia, and it was like a global event. And knowing that Latin American team won, that was like, this is really cool. Like, we are very proud to obviously let the region be more at the spot in our company. There is a question, and I have here, I think, two moms or three, I don't know. And this is what someone in the audience is asking. Um, I have two girls. One is 10 and the other is 12. And the other wants to be a marine biologist. And one thing I did was to take her to take a training, let me check, a training or swim and scuba diving. And then she asked me this: how am I going to decide between my career or be a mom? So maybe you, Bianca, you're a mother. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have three kids, so I think it's a matter of prioritize things. It's not that you will always like, if you want to be a leader, it's not that you need to take every single opportunity. You just need to be analyze which opportunity is best for you and take it. If this is for a leadership role or for whatever that it will help you grow your career, it's good. But if you are like in this process that, okay, but right now my kids or my house, I don't know, they need me right now. That's why I'm saying it's a thing of prioritize things. Like sometimes you will go with, with the flow on your family, but when opportunity comes, analyze and see if you can handle both things. At the end, you can. I'm pretty sure that you will can, but you need to focus. You need to focus. You need to prepare. You need to organize yourself. That's for sure something that every day you will be like taking decisions, right? So it's just select the right ones. And if you choose one that was not good, it's okay. Nothing happened. It's just, okay, this is not working. This was not for me at this moment. More opportunities will come. So always it's a matter of decisions and work to get that done, right? Sometimes we'll be family, and that's fine. It's not bad. It's not that, oh, I won't do it. I won't have this opportunity again. That's not true. You will have more. Again, it's a matter of prioritize things at the right time, right moment. So
Yeah, and it's about doing what you love, like
yeah,
now you're 12, but then when you grow, you will find that passion, and not the one thing do not need to compete with the other one. So, okay, since we are running out of time, I would like to ask you just one thing, and it's going to take just 1 minute of each one of you. So, it's just 1 minute of wisdom for people, regardless of their gender, about how to take advantage of a diverse environment and how to become an active role for this. Angelica.
uh, you caught me
Thank you,
out of
Angelica.
guard. I was thinking about the idea. Yeah. Taking advantage of this diverse environment, I think it opens up your angles, and then you can be part of it, being empathetic, and then like in design, we have something that is called universal design. Is designed for everyone. If we are designing for sick people, if we're designing for disabilities, women, minorities, it is going to work for everybody because everybody will be in a place of vulnerability in some point. So perhaps use those eyeglasses and be trying to be in all different angles. That's mine.
Great. What about you, Carolina?
I will say, just play. Play, enjoy the life. If you have people there, learn from them, play with them, show who you are. And yeah, that's life. And I think that's the better way for you to learn about diversity and to learn about what's life at the end.
Bianca?
I think, yeah, as Carolina said, just take advantage of that, play with that, and be authentic, right? Like consider like the particularity of everyone, and use that as a to have like a strong team. Sorry, and that will for sure give you the success that you're looking for.
Angelina?
I would say focus on one thing. You cannot know everything. Focus on what you enjoy and start from there, and then you can explore other things later.
Great. And Meli?
Love. This is a word that no one uses in the technology industry, but love your teams, love them dearly, get to know them. When you get to know them, you will understand many things and you will be more inclusive and you will use that strength of your people to build better things. And just a closing things, be an advocate for yourself. No one will care about your career more than you. So just do the jump. If you want to be everyone else to be more inclusive, then ask for things and be included in more things. So ask. The worst answer you can get is a no, and then you will be just where you are. But what about if it's a yes? So
And I
that
just
those are my 2 cents.
and I'm just gonna say, be curious, be empathetic. The world needs more empathetic people, and love what you do and enjoy it. And thank you so much for this amazing conversation. Thank you for joining us, and I hope that you have learned something today. And I hope if you are not part of EPAM, then this is the right place for you to grow professional and personally as well. Thank you to these amazing women who joined this conversation. And yeah, let's keep doing what we do with all of our commitment and our love. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.